for a lot of you, like it did for me until somebody posted about it in one of my discords. The new rings that are coming out with Desert Treasure 2 are absolutely game-changing. I know it was kind of overshadowed by the new prayers with Virtus, this crazy new...
Oh, the new rings, bro. This is my patyfatycake. So yeah, check it out. Went pretty viral. He's just talking about the new best in slot rings, so yeah.
Axe thing that we have, but for today's video I wanted to focus specifically on the 4 new best in slot rings, which will finally dethrone the rings that we have been getting from...
Finally, bro, after 10 years of using a Berserker ring eye, we're gonna have these new rings. So yeah, this is the new best stuff to have. I guess they didn't want to have like the prayers stack with this stuff because yeah, +4 strength bonus is nothing to be like taken lightly, bro. Like +12 strength bonus on a ring.
To be tradable. However, the component used to make them will
tradable,
not be untradeable, so you will need to be able to...
Oh my gosh, we don't have to grind out to get the things. We don't have to grind out to get the new rings, bro. That is so legit, bro.
You make the ring yourself if you get the drop from the new bosses, or at least that's how it currently is. Obviously the quest isn't out yet and everything's subject to change, but I wanted to start off focusing on, in my opinion, what the least exciting of these rings. First off, like, aren't they sick though? Like, whoever designed them, they look really good, even though you're not going to be able to see it on your character. Or maybe you will. Wouldn't that be sick if your character could just have like big iced out rings on its hands? Anyways,
yeah, bro, they renamed them. They're called something different. I forgot exactly what in the now deleted beta of the first beta of these rings, man. And now it's Ultor, Magus, Bellator, and Venator. Oh, like the Venator bow. That's the only thing I remember. That's the only thing I know about the lore being related to the last Archer's ring. But yeah, it's really cool rings.
The first one that I wanted to look at, and in my opinion the least exciting of the 4, is going to be our new ranged ring, the Venator. Let me just do a quick side-by-side comparison. We have the Archer's Ring Eye, which gives you a +8 range bonus, which impacts your accuracy, and then we have the new Venator, which gives you +10, so just a little bit more accurate, but for the first time we do see a ring that can increase your max hit.
Finally, bro. Nobody uses archers, bro. Unless you're like just going for best in slot range, I guess. Like offensive bonuses, but yeah, he is right, bro. Only +2 range strength. Not the best, but it does maybe increase max hits, which is huge, especially if you're a dark bow rusher, definitely. This would help.
It gives you a +2 range strength. Earlier today I was playing around with some DPS.
But nobody rushes nowadays in New Bounty Hunter, guys. Like, there's no way to even do that, basically. Rushing is out of the question now.
Calculators, and honestly, this +2 didn't give much on most of the setups that I used with the Twisted Bow. It actually didn't give a max hit on any setup against any boss that I configured.
Wait, no max hit? Oh, so he tested out the items themselves. Wow, that's kind of sad.
It for. I'm sure somebody in the comments can find one that it does. If you can, please post that below. Like, try to get me hyped on this. I would like to be excited about this ring, just as is. I'm not. However, it did give a max hit with darts in the blowpipe, which could be good. I mean, that is just a straight DPS increase.
Oh yeah, 1 max hit is huge. If you guys were ever a staker back in the day, 1 max hit is just incredibly OP.
So this could see some play in some niche circumstances if you're like an Iron Man grinding for a Dragon Warhammer or something. I just can't really see this bonus on this ring being worth a ring swap at any...
Or training with dragon darts, like doing the blowpipe, but no one would really do that nowadays because you got the Venator bow to train with that Nightmare Zone.
Endgame content like raids or something like that. Personally, I would like to see them make this much more accurate, like give it maybe like a +20 or +30 range accuracy bonus, and make it like worthwhile to bring to something like Nex or something with really high defense that you need to hit through, instead of just camping another ring.
Yeah, +4 strength would be good enough, I think. That increase the max hit for every single range thing. The range is pretty overpowered in and of itself. Like, they didn't want to increase the max hit of the dark bow, I think. If they increase the max hit by dark bow more than it is at bounty hunter when it's already cracked of a weapon, like, oh my gosh.
Like try to make this one a little bit more viable than
Like range setups would be pretty meta, like pretty strong. But also the Berserker ring is gonna come out. Imagine they made a ring that combines all the previous versions of the imbued rings into one ring. That would be pretty crazy good. And actually pretty viable as like a over the light bearer.
Archer's ring, which generally just sits in your bank. Alright, with the redheaded stepchild ring out of the way, we're going to talk about the 3 that are absolutely game-changing. The first one, we're going to be talking about this ring of Magus, the mage ring. With the introduction of this new ring, we also see an addition of mage strength percentage bonus on a ring slot item. However, this one to me is much more exciting than the range one, and that's just because it's straight up more useful. And I know what you're thinking, it's basically the
Oh my gosh, bro. Wait, I want to hear him talk about this because it's not that much of a difference between this one and the range one.
same as the range one, and that's completely not true. 2% might not seem like a lot, but it's actually massive. Take a look at this new graphic. I'm comparing it to the ancestral pieces. This ring with its bonuses is just a 4th piece of ancestral. It's just the ancestral ring. It actually makes more sense.
Yo, I did not know ancestral had like that design. The bottom, like, when did the ancestral bottoms look like that, guys? I never used ancestral that much, but I don't remember them looking like that for sure.
To do a ring swap than to do a helm swap if you do own this ring. Obviously, the place where we're going to see the biggest impact with this ring is going to be with the Tumican Shadow. It's probably not all too worth bringing on raids if you don't have the Shadow, but with the Shadow, it's going to give you a 3 max hits.
3 max hits. Oh my gosh, bro. Are you serious? That's a huge DPS. It's only 2%, but you're getting 3 max hits. Wow. That's how overpowered the Shadow is. That's pretty strong. Pretty strong.
Outside of the Tombs of Masket, and up to 4 max hits while inside of the tombs. That's just a massive amount of DPS to get out of a ring slot, I think for the first time in old school runes.
So we're gonna be using ring switches now at this point for speed runs and stuff, it seems. Can we even fit all the items if we bring 4 extra rings?
It's going to make sense to bring a ring swap with you into raids and other content. Next up, we have the next iteration of...
Or we could actually PK with the ring swaps again, bro. That's pretty cool.
Everybody's favorite ring, the Berserker ring. We have the Ultor, which in my opinion, it's my favorite, just graphically, of all these. I like the way this thing wraps over. It's very cool looking. And if we scroll down...
Honestly, my favorite one is the range ring.
This one is going to...
as far as appearances go, but...
give you plus 12 melee strength. That's plus 4 over the B ring.
So that's like upgrading the Fire Cape to an Inferno Cape, but without the extra, like, offensive stats. But still pretty strong, not gonna lie.
This is guaranteed to give you a max hit in most setups, and I think with the Scythe on aggressive, it gives you 2 max hits, which is always welcome in instances where things have low defense. I said defense that way because I wanted to spend the rest of our time talking about the 4th and final ring, and in my opinion, the most exciting of the rings, the Bellator. The only truly disappointing thing about the new Bellator ring is its flaccid nature in the new graphic.
Guys, I saw the bonus. It's pretty high. It's pretty high.
As the Giga Chad of the new best in slot rings, it deserves to be twice as long and fully erect. Okay, so what is going to make this ring viable when the Warrior ring was dead content? And that right there is not only the increased slash bonus, which is great, and I'll get to that.
Dude, from 8 slash bonus, you get 20, and then they actually add the straight bonus. That is pretty cracked. pretty cracked.
in 1 second here, but it's that it all
Thankfully, I have like a little stockpile of the Warriors rings, man. Because Sears ring has been going up a lot, but this Warrior ring is still sitting at a pretty low amount of GP. But Sears rings are like 1 mil now.
also has 6 strength bonus. This means that by upgrading to this ring versus your Berserker Ring I, you are likely to not lose a max hit depending on your setup. And where would we see the biggest impact on an increase of slash bonus while maintaining our max hits? And that would be the Scythe of Iter. I do think that Jagex is going in the right direction with this ring, with the strength bonus, with the massive slash bonus. It's going to make the Scythe a much more viable option in several different places, and I do think that this
So it's gonna make the Scythe like the 1.1 bill plus items such as the Tumiskins, maybe.
ring is going to be the better ring to bring into my favorite piece of content, the Theater of Blood. Let me pull up a DPS calculator and we'll go through this, comparing both this ring and the Altar, or basically the upgraded Berserker ring, to see which one would be the better choice. Alright, we have some modified max setups for the Theater of Blood here. On the left hand, we are going to have the Bellator ring with the increased attack bonus and the decreased strength, and on the right we are going to have the new Altar ring with the plus 12. It just has the Berserker Ring I there because you know, it's not in the game yet. So first up, we're gonna look at the Maiden of Sukadinti. The Altar ring does give...
Bro, I did not know this calculator existed, man, but he's going deep dive into the max hits here, guys. I could not do this myself.
2 max hits over the...
Because I don't know much about PVM, but I didn't know this calculator existed, guys.
The Bellator, and this is going to give us a 1% increase in DPS for the Altar Ring, but that's without specs, so let's add in the specs to get this to 0 defense, which is 2 Dragon Warhammers and 98 BGS damage, which does give the Altar a 2.27% increase over the Bellator Ring. Next, we do have Bloat, and with the Salve EIs, we actually get a 4 max hits with the new Altar Ring, which does lead to almost a 3% increase in DPS on the Pestilent Bloat. Soditseg is where we start seeing the wins come in for the Bellator Ring, just with...
Bro, are these raids bosses? I don't know what these are, guys. I'm sorry, I've never done a TOA, so...
0 Dragon Warhammer specials, which is very typical, never lucky. You're getting a 4.5% increase with the Bellator, despite the lower max hits. If you add 1 Dragon Warhammer, it's still up by 1.6. And even if you land 2 hammers, which is usually ideal, the Bellator is still winning. You have to land 3 hammers for the Altar to take the lead on this one. Zarpus with max defense, the Bellator is going to win, but you always spec Zarpus down, so let's just
Yo, what's up, Weasel Break? Weasel Beak, sorry.
add some hammers and some BGS on there, and the Altar definitely wins that one. And on to Verzik Vitur, we have changed to accurate, since that's how you do P1 and P2 on Verzik. And of course the Bellator does come ahead since she does have increased defense during these times, and the max hit difference is actually only 1 during this phase. P2, Verzik, is one of the longest parts of any fight within the Theater of
Verzik. Okay. Verzik actually makes a big difference,
Blood, if not
as most of these monsters do with the
longest part. She has massive defense in this, so the Bellator Ring is going to give us the largest DPS increase for this phase of 4.62. If you look at the time to kill, this is speeding up the kill by 4.5, like 4 and change entire scythe hits. And finishing up with P3, we switch back to a...
Yeah, it's so cool he put out this video, man, because I would never have known if he didn't.
aggressive on the scythe, and the Bellator still wins that one as well. Anyways, if you can't tell, I am super excited about these new rings. Let me know what you think. Would you rather bring the Bellator or the Altar in the top? Do you see yourself doing a ring switch potentially? In any other places? I definitely see myself doing a ring switch in the Tombs of Amasket. between probably the Ultor and the Magus because you're not using slash there. But do you guys see any other instances where these would make a huge difference? Let me know down in the comments section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.
Yeah, I wish we could have a PvP kind of comparison, man. For this kind of a video, man. But maybe I should make one. Maybe I should make one. 'Cause that'd be pretty awesome. Very nice video. Check out patyfatycake in the description. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, cool PVM comparison with the new rings, guys. Peace out, everyone. See you next video.